I burst through the double doors of my parents' big Tudor-style house, rain still dripping from my hair. The chandelier light hits my face, blinding me for a second as I stumble into their marble foyer. My eyes are swollen from crying, but I scan the crowded room, people laughing, champagne glasses clinking, classical music playing in the background. Mom spots me first. Her smile freezes, then turns into that tight, annoyed look she does when she's embarrassed. She excuses herself from a group of fancy guests and walks toward me, her silk navy dress flowing, pearls shining under the light. "Emily, not now, we have guests," she whispers sharply, grabbing my elbow with her manicured hand. "Andrew's engagement party isn't the time for whatever this is." Dad appears beside her, his jaw tense under his silver beard. "Let's talk privately," he mutters, steering me toward his study. I can feel everyone's eyes on us as we walk away. The heavy oak door shuts behind us with a loud thud. I'm shaking, water dripping from my coat onto the polished floor. Mom watches each drop like I'm ruining her perfect house. "Zoe collapsed at school today," I say, my voice breaking. They both freeze. "They rushed her to Portland Memorial." Dad shifts uncomfortably. "Is she okay?" No, the word feels heavy. "She has a congenital heart defect. The doctor said if she doesn't have surgery within 48 hours, my throat tightens." I can't finish the sentence. Mom touches her chest lightly. "Oh dear." "Well, surely your insurance will cover it." "I don't have insurance right now," I whisper. "The business has been struggling. I was going to enroll next month when the new client payment came through." Dad's face hardens. "How much?" $95,000, I say, forcing the words out. "I've tried everything. The hospital payment plan covers almost nothing. The bank won't give me a loan without collateral." I drop to my knees, something I swore I'd never do again. "I've never asked you for anything. Not when Daniel lost his job. Not when the roof leaked. Not when I needed help starting my business. Please, help me save her. She's your granddaughter." Dad looks at Mom. There's that silent exchange between them, the kind I've watched all my life but never been part of. Mom sighs. "We simply can't, Emily. Andrew's wedding is in 3 months. We've already committed to paying for everything." Before I can speak, I hear a familiar voice. "Always trying to steal my spotlight, huh, sis?" Andrew leans against the doorframe, holding a champagne flute. His fiancée, Sophia, stands behind him, her diamond ring catching the light. "Not now, Andrew," I start, but Dad cuts me off. "We've already put down $250,000 for the venue, catering, and honeymoon package," he says calmly, as if it's a normal conversation. "Non-refundable deposits." My mind flashes to Zoe in the hospital, tiny body under white sheets, oxygen mask fogging with each breath. Clutching her crayon drawing of all of us labeled Mommy, Daddy, me, Grandma, Grandpa. The doctor's words echo in my head, "We need payment by tomorrow afternoon to schedule the surgery." I look at them, my parents, but they feel like strangers. Dad glances at his watch. From the hallway, I can still hear the party laughter. "Maybe you should have planned better," Mom says, adjusting her bracelet, the one she promised would be mine someday. There are consequences to poor financial decisions. Something inside me breaks. My desperation turns cold. "My daughter might die, and you're worried about a party?" My voice sounds strange, stronger, sharper. Andrew laughs. "Always so dramatic. Maybe get better insurance next time. Some of us have actual futures to think about." My hands tremble. I reach for Mom's wrist and unfasten her sapphire bracelet, the one Grandma gave her, the one she used to dangle in front of me like a prize. "Take it back," I say, placing it in her palm and closing her fingers around it. "I'll find another way." "Emily, be reasonable," Dad says quietly. "But I'm done." I stand tall, my voice steady now. I've never been clearer. I walk out, through the crowd of whispering guests. Poor Richard and Catherine, someone murmurs. That must be their troubled daughter. Such a shame, another says. Bringing drama to Andrew's big night. I step into the cool night air. I don't even feel the cold anymore. My phone buzzes, it's Daniel. Any luck? I look back at the glowing mansion. Zoe's voice echoes in my mind, Grandma and Grandpa have the biggest house ever. Do they love us big too? I type my reply, no. But we'll save her anyway. And I promise myself, I'll never knock on that door again. It's past midnight. I'm pacing the kitchen, the phone pressed to my ear, my voice raw from pleading. The red digits on the clock mock me, 46 hours left. Please, I whisper to the loan officer. My daughter's life depends on this surgery. I'm sorry, Mrs. Harris. Without collateral or a higher credit score, click. Another no. I slump against the fridge, where Zoe's crayon drawings hang by magnets. Stick figures holding hands under a yellow sun. A red heart in the corner, next to her shaky writing, I told Mommy. Daniel walks in, eyes tired. He sets a crumpled check on the table. $8,000. Johnson finally bought the Mustang. I stare at it. That 1967 Mustang was his baby, he'd rebuilt it over 3 summers. Daniel, you loved that car. He takes my hand. I love Zoe more. We gather everything, our savings, Daniel's early 401k withdrawal, the Mustang money. $72,000 total. Still $23,000 short. I drop my head to the table. It's not enough. Daniel wraps his arms around me. We'll find a way. The doorbell rings at 6:13 a.m. I open the door, still in yesterday's clothes. It's Tom and Margaret, Daniel's parents. Tom's weathered face looks serious. Margaret clutches her purse. Can we come in? Tom asks. They sit on our couch, awkward but kind. Margaret glances at Zoe's photo on the mantel, her little gap-toothed smile, her pigtails. Daniel walks in, surprised. Mom? Dad? What are you doing here? We heard what happened, Tom says softly. Called your cell 3 times. Battery died, Daniel mutters. Margaret asks, how's our grandbaby? Stable, I answered. For now. Tom clears his throat. We sold the cabin. I blink. The cabin? The one in Montana? He nods. Got a decent price. Daniel looks shocked. Dad, that was your retirement dream. Tom's eyes soften. Family is everything. Margaret opens her purse, pulls out an envelope, and sets it on the table. $38,000. The room blurs as tears fill my eyes. Daniel kneels beside her. We can't take this. You can, Margaret says firmly. This is what family does. The hospital waiting room smells like antiseptic and burnt coffee. I clutch Zoe's stuffed rabbit, its fur worn thin. The surgery's been going for hours. Daniel signs the last of the forms, the payment is finally complete. $72,000 from us. $38,000 from Tom and Margaret. Less than 2 days after my parents turned us away. Tom and Margaret sit quietly across from us, a thermos of homemade soup between them. No words, just quiet support. 10 hours. 12. 14. When Dr. Levine finally appears, I stop breathing. He smiles gently. She's going to make it. A week later, my phone buzzes. A text from Andrew. Mom wants to know if Zoe survived. Also, you're causing drama at my engagement dinner. Another text. Dad told the Hamiltons you were too irresponsible to afford insurance. Then a voicemail from my father. Your behavior reflects poorly on this family's reputation. I deleted it. The mail arrives that afternoon, an elegant envelope with gold lettering. Andrew and Sophia's wedding. Addressed only to Emily. No mention of Daniel. No mention of Zoe. At the hospital, Tom sits by Zoe's bed, teaching her how to pretend fish with her forearm. When you're better, he says, we'll go fishing for real. Zoe giggles. Can I catch a shark? Start with trout, Tom laughs. Work your way up. Margaret comes in with more homemade stew. She's filled our fridge with meals labeled with love. Daniel follows behind, carrying Zoe's school books. I watch them, our real family. No fancy houses, no pearls, no prestige. Just love, loyalty, and showing up when it matters most. The truth hits me hard, family isn't about blood. It's about love. While Zoe gets her treatments, I sit by her bed sketching new designs. My team drops by with food and updates from work. Clients send flowers. Neighbors organize meal trains. Daniel's coworkers even donate their vacation days so he can stay home longer. All these small acts of kindness surround us like a warm, protective blanket. I write every one of them down in Zoe's journal, proof that good people exist outside my parents' fancy mansion. As she sleeps, I make myself a promise. I'll never be this vulnerable again. Not with money. Not with my heart. And when I rise from these ashes, I'll remember who helped me keep hope alive, and who let us burn. It's past midnight. My desk lamp casts a soft glow over piles of sketches. My eyes ache. 3 half-empty mugs of cold coffee sit around me, the casualties of long nights. Through the open doorway, Zoe sleeps on the pull-out couch in her Wonder Woman pajamas. Tom gave them to her after her surgery 4 months ago. I stretch my tired fingers and glance at the wall calendar. Every square is crossed out in red. Mortgage, 2 weeks late. Electric bill, final notice. Design supplies, charged to a maxed-out credit card. But we're still standing. Still fighting. Zoe's scar has faded from angry red to soft pink. Her laugh fills the apartment again. The nightmares, the beeping monitors, the oxygen masks, they've mostly stopped. For her, at least. On my drafting table, I stare at the designs for the Westbrook Hotel pitch, my biggest opportunity yet. It's a local boutique chain with 7 locations, and they want a complete interior redesign. Budget, $1.8 million. Competition, 3 big design firms with real offices, not kitchen tables like mine. My phone buzzes. It's a text from Daniel. Don't stay up all night. They'd be crazy not to pick you. I smile a little. For a second, I almost believed him. The next morning, Margaret hands me a travel mug. You need this more than I do, she says kindly. She and Tom showed up before dawn, ready to watch Zoe while I got ready for the biggest pitch of my career. Tom's already on the floor with Zoe, building a fort out of couch cushions. His bad knees must be screaming, but he doesn't complain. What if I blow this? I whisper to Margaret. She cups my face with her warm, weathered hands. Then you'll find something else. But you won't blow it, she says firmly, straightening my blazer. You remind me of the dogwood tree outside our first house. The storm knocked it sideways, but it grew back stronger. Maybe not straight, but even more beautiful. Tom looks up from the fort. Knock 'em dead, kiddo. Zoe runs to me, hugging my legs tight. Make pretty buildings, mommy. I kneel down and smile. I'll be back before dinner. Grandpa's making his famous sketty, she announces proudly. I kiss her forehead, breathe in her strawberry shampoo and Play-Doh scent, and head out the door. The Westbrook Hotel's conference room is intimidating, all glass walls and city views. 5 executives in sharp suits flip through my modest portfolio as I set up my samples. My hands shake just a little. Miss Harris, the CEO starts. Your firm is much smaller than the others we're considering. He frowns slightly. In fact, I don't see evidence of a firm at all. Just, you? The room suddenly feels colder. I steady my voice. Yes. For now. But that's about to change. There's a skeptical silence. I take a deep breath and begin anyway. Hotels aren't just places to sleep, I say, showing my boards. They're where people live out big moments, honeymoons, reunions, business wins, even loss. The Danielle team director's phone buzzes, but she ignores it. I press on. The difference between a forgettable stay and a memorable one isn't the thread count or the size of the lobby, it's whether the space feels made for people, not for photos. I show each room, cozy reading nooks, family suites with kid-friendly touches, business rooms with lighting that helps travelers beat jet lag. Finally, I reveal before and after photos of Tom and Margaret's cabin. My in-laws sold this place to help pay for my daughter's heart surgery when my parents refused, I explained quietly. When she recovered, I redesigned their new cabin as thanks. The room goes still. Even the financial officer looks up. I didn't just replace what they lost, I say. I built something that reflected who they are, the fishing rod racks, the kitchen island for Margaret's pies. The window seat where Tom watches birds. That's what I do, I finished. I create spaces that remember the people who live in them. The CEO leans forward. Why do you deserve this contract, Ms. Harris? I think of Zoe in her hospital bed. Tom and Margaret with their couch forts. Daniel selling his Mustang. Because I know what truly matters, I say softly. And it's not what most people think. The email subject reads enclosure. I deleted it without even opening it. The voicemails start coming in October, first from Catherine, her voice tight and calm, like she's trying hard to stay composed. Then from Richard, each message is a little shakier than the last. I listen to every one of them once, then delete them. Watching the notifications disappear feels oddly satisfying. Until the last one. It comes in at 11:47 p.m. on a Tuesday. Emily, please, Richard says. His voice cracks. We have nowhere else to turn. I played it twice. The same man who checked his watch while I begged for my daughter's life is now begging me for attention. I set the phone down and walk to the window. Outside, autumn leaves spiral to the ground. My finger hovers over the callback button, but I don't press it. Sunlight spills through my office windows, long shadows stretching across the Italian marble floor. I adjust the sleek black suitcase on my desk, lining it perfectly between a crystal paperweight and my Mont Blanc pen. What's inside it is far heavier than it looks. Miss Harris? My assistant says through the intercom. Your parents are here. Send them in. My voice sounds calm, steadier than I feel. The double doors open, and for a moment, I don't even recognize them. Dad's silver hair has thinned, his shoulders slumped beneath a cheap blazer. Mom's clutching a knockoff purse, her once perfect makeup trembling on her face. Their eyes dart around the room, taking in the minimalist decor, the view of downtown Portland, everything they don't have anymore. Thank you for seeing us, Emily, Dad says, trying for his old boardroom tone, but his voice cracks halfway through. You've done very well for yourself, Mom adds quickly. The magazine features. They're lovely. I motion toward the chairs. They sit at the same time, perfectly in sync, like people who've rehearsed this moment. Dad leans forward, fingers laced together like he used to when negotiating with suppliers. Families should stick together in tough times, he says. We're in trouble, sweetheart. Mom's voice wobbles. The bank is foreclosing on the house. We owe almost $160,000. Dad stares past me. Traditional furniture stores don't do well anymore. Online sellers ruined everything. Mom forces a smile. Your success really is remarkable. We always knew you had potential. Their flattery hangs in the air, thin, desperate. Dad clears his throat again. If you'd just explained how serious Zoe's condition was back then, maybe we'd have understood. It all happened so fast, and with Andrew's engagement that night. My eyes moved to the framed photos on my desk. Zoe in her hospital bed, tiny fingers wrapped around the stuffed bunny Tom gave her. The heart monitor is visible on her wrist. Another frame shows Tom and Margaret at her kindergarten graduation, their faces glowing with pride. Behind them, 3 glass awards from the Children's Heart Foundation I started last year. 3 years, 2 months, and 14 days, I say quietly. They exchange nervous glances. That's how long it's been since the night of Andrew's engagement party. Dad shifts. Emily, it was raining. I came to you soaking wet. My shoes squeaked on your floor. I keep my voice steady. And Mom, you said, we simply can't, Emily. Andrew's wedding is in 3 months. Her face goes pale. I don't think those were my exact. Dad, you told me you'd already spent $250,000 on Andrew's wedding. Non-refundable deposits. His jaw tightens. Now that's not. I tap my phone screen and set it on the desk. Richard's recorded voice fills the room. Emily, your irresponsible financial choices aren't our problem. Andrew manages his money properly. Maybe you should take notes instead of asking for handouts. It reflects poorly on this family's reputation. The recording ends. Silence fills the space. Did you ever visit Zoe in the hospital? I ask. Mom looks down. Dad swallows hard but says nothing. Daniel's parents sold their cabin. Their retirement dream, to help save their granddaughter, I continue. Tom sat in that waiting room for 14 hours. Margaret learned to change bandages and monitor meds. They showed up. I stand, pressing my palms flat on the cool marble desk. Do you know what Zoe asked me after she got better? She said, why don't Grandma and Grandpa love me like Grandma Margaret and Grandpa Tom? Mom's mascara runs as tears fall down her cheeks. I slide the suitcase across the desk toward them. Take it, I say. And leave. From this moment on, I'm not your daughter anymore. Dad's hands shake as he unclasps the case. Inside, neat stacks of cash fill every inch. $160,000, I tell them. Exactly what you need, not a penny more. Emily, Mom starts, but I cut her off. This isn't forgiveness, I say. It's freedom. Mine. They stand slowly. Dad grips the suitcase like it's keeping him afloat. Their reflections shimmer in the marble floor as they walk out, shoulders heavy with shame. When the doors close, I stay there, standing in the fading light. The sunset paints my office golden shadow. My fingers brush across Zoe's photo, then Tom and Margaret's. For years, I carried their rejection like stones in my pockets. Not anymore. It's finally over, I whisper. And for the first time since that rainy night, it really feels true. Now, the story shifts. Tom flips burgers on the grill, his weathered hands guiding Zoe's tiny ones on the spatula. She squeals as flames rise up. That's it, kiddo, he says, laughing. You've got the touch. The afternoon sun spills across our backyard, long shadows stretching over the picnic table where Margaret and Daniel set plates and napkins, laughing easily together. Their laughter drifts through the air, the kind of sound I once thought belonged only in other people's lives. Mom. Grandpa says I'm the best burger flipper in 3 states. Zoe calls out, voice bright and strong, no trace of the fragile whisper that haunted the hospital days. Only 3? I tease, pouring lemonade. I'd say at least 5. Daniel catches my eye and winks, those familiar smile lines deepening. The garden gate opens, and our neighbors arrive with a homemade apple pie. The yard fills with voices, laughter, and warmth, our circle of family expanding again. Later, as Tom serves ice cream, Zoe tugs on my sleeve and hands me a crayon drawing. I made us, she says proudly. 5 stick figures stand under a bright yellow sun, Daniel, me, Zoe in the middle, Tom and Margaret on each side. All smiling. It's beautiful, sweetheart, I say, tracing the drawing. She frowns. Mom, Lily at school has 2 grandmas and 2 grandpas. How come I only have 1 set? The question hits me hard. I kneel, meeting her eyes, those same eyes that mirror mine. Family isn't just about who shares your blood, I tell her softly. It's about who chooses to love you, no matter what. She nods seriously. Like how Grandpa Tom taught me to fish in my hospital bed. Exactly like that, I say, smiling. She runs off to help Margaret serve pie. Daniel hands me an envelope that came in the mail. Sophia's name is on it. Inside is a thank you card for the foundation grant that funded her new therapy clinic. She mentions Andrew is struggling but finally facing his mistakes. My parents live in a small apartment now. The mansion's long gone. I feel nothing, no satisfaction, no sadness. Across the park, my company's summer picnic is setting up. 50 employees and their families gather under banners announcing full healthcare coverage. 3 scholarship students from our design program help set the tables, kids with stories like mine, but brighter futures. From the porch, I watch Zoe at the piano Tom bought her last Christmas. Her fingers, once connected to 4 lines, now dance freely across the keys. Upstairs, her old heart monitor sits in a memory box, a reminder of what almost was, and what is. My gratitude journal lies open beside me. Today's entry reads simply, I have everything that matters. The sunset washes everything in gold, not the cold shine of wealth, but the warm glow of enough. I once thought revenge would feel like victory, the moment my parents saw what they'd lost. But real peace came from building something meaningful, not destroying what hurt me. The best revenge wasn't watching them fall, it was creating happiness they could never touch. I look around at our little, perfectly imperfect circle. Family isn't who owes you. It's who shows up.